Hi babies, I'm Demi. I write books. I read books. I might have too many opinions about books. And if you know me, but you've never seen me, it might be because you read my book. Oh, where's she at? He Married the Side Chick. If you don't know or you have not read it, go get you one. And I'm not just saying that because this is my book. I might be saying that because this is my book, but it's a good read. You should get into it. If you don't know me yet, then we have about 30 days to become besties. Like and bestie. This video is part of the Black BookTube is Reading challenge that I joined with a bunch of other authors, readers, creators. And today is day one, and it's also Juneteenth. So I want to start where every writer has started, as a reader. Before we jump into the full video, I want to do a little soft intro. I'm Demi Wild. I'm an indie author, a mom, unfortunately, a full-time worker bee, buy my books so I can quit my job, and a writer, creator, ADHD. I can't focus on one thing for too long to save my life. I write contemporary fiction, Black sapphic romance, stories centered around Black women, of course, Black love, Black mess, Black healing, and just all the complicated things that come with existing fully as a Black woman in this world. And while this may be my first long-form YouTube video, talking about books is not new to me. If you've ever been trapped in a conversation with me, which my book club members have, trapped in a conversation about a character that I love or a character that I hated, a plot twist I might have hated, or a book that kept me up until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, then you already know I have thoughts, and a lot of them. Okay. When I heard about the Black BookTube movement, I knew that I wanted to participate because Black readers have always been the people that I wanted to be in community with, not just as a writer, but also as a reader, because I love to read. I love to read. So for the next 30 days, we will be talking books, authors, reading habits, publishing, and probably whatever else that I find myself down the rabbit hole of. Okay, ADHD. And since today is officially day one, it is also Juneteenth. It is also World Sickle Cell Day. So shout out to the community and prayers up for anybody that is dealing with sickle cell. I do want to start with Black authors who I feel deserve some space on your bookshelf. Also, I'll be doing a little theme here for my videos since I have to come up with 30 days of content. Fridays are going to be Black literature spotlights for me. So every Friday we'll be talking about Black authors, classic or current, traditional published or indie published, who I feel like deserve some shine. And also, full transparency, if you cannot tell, your girl is in bed because I had a full day as a worker bee and as a mom. And I also heavily procrastinated on this video, this whole ordeal, because ADHD. I do want you to never forget that. Okay, never forget that your girl be out here with ADHD. It is what it is. But I'm doing this from my bed because that's my business. That's my business. So I don't know, maybe Fridays might be our nightcap session. So pour you a little cup of something, get in your bed, honey, and rub your feet together, and let's talk about some books before bed. Okay. So why are we kicking our challenge off with a Juneteenth special? Because why not? We are starting day one on Juneteenth with Black BookTube, and we are definitely going to celebrate, uplift some Black authors. Because it's beyond, girl, not me messing, girl, it's beyond the need for representation. It is knowing where the stories come from before I add mine to the shelf. I am building my own fictional world right now with my upcoming book, Sugar and Spite. And the deeper that I get into that, the more that I find myself going back to other writers who built worlds, physical or imagined, that held up a mirror to who we are, where we come from. So I definitely wanted to make sure that I touch on that, being that it's a part of my process as I move through my authorship right now. Now, I do want to jump into the author spotlights that I told you that we were going to do on Friday. Octavia Butler and the parable of the sower parable of the talent duet. I read both of those books with my book club last year, and I'm still not over them, because if they ever adapted those books as film, I think it would have to be a documentary, because she wasn't just writing science fiction. Your girl was writing prophecy. Okay, your girl was out here predicting the future. Reading it now with everything that's going on currently, it's very eerie how ahead of her time that she was. If you've never read Butler, I would start with Parable of the Sower. Really would, really would. Especially now, I think it should be a required read. It definitely should be, because it will rearrange something in you once you read those books. Once you read that one in particular, but once you read the Do It Together, once you read those books, it will change something. It'll open something in you, because those books are still with me even now, and a year later. And you have to see for yourself. That's really all that I'm going to say on it. So that would be my author spotlight for the classics. If I was going to do author spotlights for current, I would shine some light on my friend, Brianna J. I read her book. It might have been the beginning of this year, her book, The Breakup. Great book. I enjoyed it very much, even though it was a little out of my normal area of books. But it falls in that contemporary fiction category in my mind anyway. It might be a little urban. You'll have to read it to get into it. Not even might not even might able to take it out of there. It definitely is a mix of contemporary and urban fiction. Just my personal view of it, I will say. The plot twist was plot twisting. The tea was teaing, and the drama was dramaing, okay, in her book. And I don't want to give too much, because if you have not read the book, I do want you to get into it for yourself. Brianna J is a wonderful indie author that I do think that should be on your TBR. So read her book. It was really, I can't even tell you how long it took me to read it, but it wasn't long. It didn't take long at all, and I enjoyed it very much. So put Brianna J on your TBR. Her book, The Breakup, I believe there's a second part to it, The Breakup 2. You should do that. Another author that I would spotlight on this beautiful day of Juneteenth would be her name is Desiree Granger. I was not familiar with Desiree's pen. I was not familiar with her game. And then I started reading her book, Maggie Gray. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much. It was, a lot of people I know have said that it was a lot to keep up with, but I did just enjoy just all the twists and turns that book took me down. I loved it so much that I had to just keep going. I finished the entire series. I believe the main series is about 4 books, because she is working on book 5 now, but then she also has like some spin-offs or some continuations that you can get on her in her book community. She has like some what her side characters were doing like over the summer when school was out. But Honey, Make It Great took me through there. Really did, really did. And the world building that Desiree does with her books and how she connects them. Because there were a lot of gems that I just did not understand the first go round. And if you have not jumped into her catalog, then you probably would not understand them either. But as you get deeper into the Desiree Granger world, then you start to see how in which she incorporates her other books into each other. I was so not even motivated. I was just so enamored with everything that she did, or that she does, because she's still out here doing it with her series, that I put a pause on writing my current book, Sugar and Spite, because I had not done the world building that I think that I needed to do in order to paint the picture that I wanted to paint. I stopped writing my book to focus on building the city, the universe in which I wanted 20 plus books to sit in, and I was inspired by Desiree and what she did with not only the Maggie Gray series, but just her entire catalog, and how some of her books flow into each other, or, you know, you may get glimpses of them in each other. I wanted something not even similar to that, because I can't say I created something similar to what she did, but what she did inspired me to create what I did. I created a city for my book called Belrose. Because a lot of people write about where they're from. That's what Desiree did. Desiree's catalog is, I would say, a lot of her catalog is her love letter to Atlanta, where she's from. And I don't have that. I'm not even gonna say I don't have that love for my city. I don't feel it in the way that she does enough to write buku books about it. Like I don't have that connection. Girl, not my hair making me think something on me. Long hair problems. Anyway, I created a world so that I can build from that because I love a fictional world and I wanted to have that for myself. So getting into Desiree's catalog motivated me to build somewhere for my catalog to sit in a similar way. Since this is our first video, we're going to do a real quick, maybe not real quick, QT&A for Black BookTube is Reading. Let's get into it. So question number one is, who am I? Who am I? Where am I from? And what books do I love to read? That's the full question. So who am I? I already told you. I'm Demi, aka Demi Wild. I'm from Alabama. Honey, Bessemer if you know, Birmingham if you don't. And what kind of books do I love to read? I love fiction, okay? And I need a book that's gonna take me somewhere. Because real life is just too much sometimes. Not even just for me personally, but definitely for me personally. Real life is just too much some days. And I like to be immersed in a world that is not the one that I'm currently in. I like to be somewhere. I like to go somewhere. Some of my faves is, of course, the Harry Potter world. And I know, we don't. But the world building there was amazing, even to this day. And also, I feel the same about like Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings. So I love being in a fictional world. Moving on, because I can talk all day. What made me start a BookTube channel? So honestly, I know that as an author, I need an author presence. Y'all got to see me. Y'all got to know who I am. Y'all got to know the person behind the books. And there's no time like today than to actually, start procrastinating on everything. Because girl, I will procrastinate on everything. So there's no time like the present. And since this challenge is just so well put together, I don't have a reason not to. I don't have a reason to not show up for myself. I'm actually trying to do better with showing up for me, and that means getting out of my comfort zone, doing things that I'm afraid of, doing things that I'm uncomfortable doing, because I give some of the best advice to other people, and I tell other people all the time that sometimes the best things for you are on the other side of your comfort zone. And if I can tell somebody else that, then I can believe in that myself. So here we are, okay? Book three. Not book three, girl. Question three, honey. What genres do you think deserve more attention with Black literature? All of them. All of them. Black first. Just in general. Contemporary, I will say that. People get so lost and caught up in romance. And I want some real shit sometimes. Real shit, some real life. My debut novella, because she is under 200 pages, go read it if you have not. He Married the Side Chick is a contemporary fiction book, mostly centered on Black grief. And I mean, it is what it is. I know we like to read the happy stories, the happy endings, the happily ever afters, or happy for now, or whatever it is. But sometimes the stories that are about real life, not even necessarily trauma, but because we don't do the trauma porn. But sometimes the stories that are just real as stories need as much attention as your romance books. And I do think that that is somewhat my lane. And He Married the Side Chick. It is a book based on a true story, my story. It took me forever to write that book. Okay, honey, it took me about a decade, a fuckload of therapy, and a lot of trial and error, a lot of not believing in myself, a lot of questioning who I am, if I'm healed, what my purpose is, my identity. Like this book took me on so many rides, so many rides. And I feel like a lot of people may miss out on the story because it's not a romance book or a thriller. You know what I mean? It's a real ass story. It is something that a lot of us can relate to, unfortunately. So if I did have to choose, I would say contemporary fiction, real stories that live in the real space, are what we need more of. They deserve some attention too, some love. Number 4, moving on. Which Black literary character lives rent-free in your head? If I had to choose a book that wasn't mine, I would choose Old Girl from Parable of the Sower, Parable of the Talents. Honey, I didn't forget that little girl name, but when I tell you, she pissed me off. She pissed me off. Another character that pissed me off is, I believe the book is called Black Girls Must Die Exhausted. Baby Tabitha, honey, Tabitha gave me a run for my money. Pissed me off well into 3 books because it's a series. Child, she, if you know, you know. If you don't know, I don't know if you want to know. But Tabitha really, and what do people say? She grinded my gears. She chapped my cheeks. She did all of those things. If I was going to choose a character that lives rent-free in my head that belongs to me, it would be my character Gail from my book He Married the Side Chick, because Gail was going through it. Gail was going through it, and honey, when she went down memory lane and she was reliving some of the other worst days of her life, it's really, you get in a space of wanting to cuss her out because, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? But we've all been there. We've all done things that we probably shouldn't have done. We've been in places that we didn't need to be for longer than we should have been. So I think all of us might have been Gail at one time. Girl, like, talk. So yeah. Number 5, which book best represents your community, culture, or upbringing? I don't know if it's been written yet. And if it has, maybe I just haven't read it. I am born and raised in Beltsville, Alabama. And again, if you don't know, Birmingham, okay? Birmingham, home of the first 48 girl, because something is always happening here. And I can't say that I have read any stories about where I'm from. You know what I mean? And I know there are a lot of stories in history that are centered in Birmingham, but none of them are representative of my personal experience or community. So I'm not sure if that book has been written for me yet, like a book that I have found myself in. No. I do have a book that is representative of my community and where I'm from that I have not written yet, and she probably won't get written for a while, girl. I'm not gonna hold you. But it is about Bessemer, and it might be a love letter to her, to be honest, because I'm leaving. I am moving to Dallas this summer, so I will be leaving my hometown for the first time, and I think after this move is when I might get started with writing that love letter. So maybe another day we'll come back to that. Number 6, moving along. Which Black author would you love to have dinner with, and why? I have 2. I think I have 2, maybe 3, but I'm gonna pick my top 2. I might tell y'all a third one anyway. Number 1, Tiffany Jackson. Come outside. Come outside. Come outside. Come outside. Girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I'm already familiar with your game. And at the same time, I am not familiar with your game. I'm still learning your game. But Tiffany Jackson, Monday's not coming. You need to see me. You need to see me. I need to see you. I need to see you. Monday's not coming. And, oh, girl, what's the other book? Brain Freeze. Brain Freeze. Can't think of it. Can't think of it. And I'm going to need to think of it because when I read that book, honey, and I got to the end of that book, and I was reading it, or listening to it rather. I had the ebook, and I was listening to the audiobook. And when I got to the end, I wanted to go to the library or go to the bookstore, and I wanted to go get that book, a physical copy. I wanted to go get that book, and I only wanted to go get it so that I could throw the bitch. That's it. I didn't even want to get it to read it anymore. I wanted to get it because I needed to physically throw that fucking book across the room. Tiffany Jackson, come outside. I need to talk to you, and I can't think of the name of the book because you traumatized me, girl. That's what you did. You traumatized me. I need to see you. I need to talk to you. I need to understand what possessed you to, why you're peeing like that? Why you're peeing like that? And I've been trying to take some time to get into the scammer, and I already know it's going to turn me every way but loose. I already know. And I'm ready, but also not ready. Give me a minute. I'm going to come back to it. I swear to God I am. Because I mess with you, Tiffany Jackson. I really do. I really do. I need to see you. I need to come sit at the table. And I'll buy you something to eat. Okay? Come sit at the table. Me and my best friend, Amy, we need to see you. Come outside. Okay? Tiffany Jackson, come outside. Come outside. Allegedly. Allegedly is the name of that book. Tiffany Jackson, I need to see you for that book. Allegedly, girl. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, and allegedly or Monday's Not Coming is on your TBR, comment down below. Get in the comments and let me know, because I need somebody to talk to about those books, and I need to find my people. So if you are my people and you know why Tiffany Jackson need to come outside and talk to us, come on in here. The second one would be Octavia Butler. I would love to sit down at a table with Miss Butler, honey, in 2026, because Parable of the Sower, Parable of the Talent, baby, that's a documentary, honey, about right now, right now. And I would just love to see what she'd say or how she would feel about the way in which she predicted this right here, this foolishness that we are in the middle of. I would love to even just be a fly on the wall of her getting to see where we are today in comparison to what she wrote then. That's it. That's all. I would love to do that. So those are my top two. My number three person that I would love to sit down with, Kennedy Ryan. Oh my God, I love me some Kennedy Ryan. And I personally have never been a big romance girly, a smut reader, if you will. That was never my ministry. But I recently got into Kennedy Ryan's book, and honey, I got one right here for you. This Could Be Us, the entire Skyline series. I finished them, and it took me on a ride. I enjoyed all of them very much, and I will say that I enjoy the world building that she created with Skyline, and the way in which her books were a series of best friends, and each best friend had their own book. The way in which you got to be involved in each one of the best friends' lives throughout their individual personal books. I enjoyed that very much. And as somebody breaking into the Black romance space, even though I'm getting into Black sapphic romance, I would just love to sit down with Kennedy Ryan and just, I don't know, breathe the same air as her, honey, because her pen is, like, I just know flames are flying from that bitch. That's all. Like, out of all of the Kennedy Ryan books that I have read, she ain't let me down yet. She has not let me down. She has just, love her. Moving along, number 7. If a new viewer found your channel today, what 3 books would introduce them to your reading taste? Kennedy Ryan, where's she at? Love her down. Love her down. Skyline series, book 1 might have been my favorite before I let go. Let's see, what other book would it be? Not a Black book, but Hunger Games prequel, Sunrise on the Reaping. Love her down. Love her down. My favorite book of the entire series, and one of my favorite books of all time. All time. Love her down. And the last one would personally be my own book, He Married the Side Chick. And I know I keep talking about it. I know, bestie. I know you need to be in the know. Go read my book. But He Married the Side Chick, simply because it is my book, but also because it is representative of me. Maybe not current me, but past me. It's a piece of me, a piece of my life. So if you wanted to know anything about me, I would start with that book, girl. Start with that book. Number 8 says, finish the sentence. Black BookTube is the room that nobody built for us. So we built it ourselves. That's it. I am not sure what our minute count is, honey, at this point. So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Books that are on the TBR. For right now, we got How We Can Win by Kimberly Jones. This is up next on the TBR for me. And also this beauty, The Body Is Not an Apology. I love this cover so much. I love this cover. I fell in love with the cover, not knowing anything about what the book is about. I still don't know outside of just seeing it, but it was just so visually appealing to me that I had to get it. I'm also going through a body dysmorphia moment, just not feeling fully present in my own body right now. There are a lot of changes that I want to make because my health is going to be paramount for me in this new chapter that I'm moving into. And I definitely wanted something representative of that, some literature that can help me with where I'm going with my acceptance for myself, where I am right now. So hopefully this book has some gems that will help me on the journey that I'm on. And I'm really excited to talk about it maybe not in the next video, but in one of these videos, you will get a breakdown of what I got from this book and how it helped me in where I am now and maybe where I am later when we finally talk about it. So that is day one in the books, pun intended. And thank you for spending your Friday night with me for this little nightcap. If you like this video, and all the chaos that came with putting it together, the multiple video angles, honey, I promise you, I'm gonna get me a self-stick. Maybe not tomorrow. One day next week, I'm gonna give you one, and we working together. We gonna upgrade. But if you like this video, go and subscribe. Don't forget, honey, pick up my book. He Married the Side Chick, so I can have my little community to talk with about it. I know that you will love this book once you get it, but you gotta get it first. I think that's all I got, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow for day 2, where I might do a little bit more into who I am as a person outside of the little tidbits that I gave you today. So come back tomorrow. Thank you for coming, I guess. And yeah, I'm DeMi, and this is Black BookTube is Reading. Good night, y'all.
It's a light I don't chase. It's a light